Are we going to talk about?
Hello, everyone. I'm Kerry George with CIBN Connect. And today I have a couple of guests with me, and we're going to be talking about a new tool that we have available at CIBN Connect for people to use to get booked more appointments. So who needs more appointments? You're going to want to listen along here as we get into this, because I think most business owners would have an increase in business if they just had more appointments with clients, potential clients, talking about what they do so that they can actually get sales, done, get some things done. So I know that this is going to be especially important if you're selling anything online, if you are a life insurance agent, if you are a realtor, if you are a mortgage broker, if you are in network marketing, if you are selling anything online that requires that you have a talk with people. This is going to pertain to you today, how to get more appointments booked. And I have with me here Paige Stevensen and Darlene Petrie. Yay! And Paige, I know you're dying to say something. So go ahead. Paige, why don't you tell them a little bit about this?
Well, I think what you're going to hear today is probably going to take a lot of pressure off of you, because this tool that we're going to talk about is a time saver, easy peasy, and gets you results. And I've been using it with a few clients myself, and they are raving about it and going, oh, finally, some business. So certainly have a listen in and see what it's all about. It is not conventional, and it's not obscure. So take that and go, huh?
Yeah, it's nice and easy, and we actually have created a service that you can hire the service and have it done for you. And we're going to talk about that. Darlene Petrie is our point person on this. Darlene, why don't you tell them a little bit about what you think about the tool?
I can't believe how easy it has made my work. It's not just about making more appointments. It's also about follow through, because so many times people will have connections and they say, yes, I'm going to get back to you, and they don't. And the nice thing about this service, which we call Get Booked Now, is we help you talk to your clients as if it's you talking to your clients. And so we will be able to, we'll be online with them, and they'll be for sure thinking that they are talking to you. And any time it comes, that the questions are, too complicated for us to ask, then of course we're going to ask you, and we are going to have you be in touch with them. And I have to say that we have the tools at CIBN with this Get Booked Now. We have the tools. We have trained help. They're going to do it for you. I got to tell you, it's cost effective, because I know when I've done my research, people have paid over $1,000 a month for this service.
Yeah, so this is a reasonable price.
And it is a done for you, absolutely done for you service. Like you couldn't ask for anything better.
Okay, so let's explain a little bit how this works and where this comes from. So we're currently using a tool and offering a service to do it for you. And if you were going to use tools online to do this stuff, let's first of all do a little cost comparison for you, because I think many people have figured out how to book appointments on LinkedIn by doing things like having a premium account on LinkedIn, which is over $80 a month. And also using like Sales Navigator, which is, it starts at 80. I think it goes up from there. Okay. And then they might have a virtual assistant, which they would pay $500 to $1,000 a month, depending on if they use the virtual assistant that is from the Philippines, or if they use one that is from North America, the pricing is going to be higher. And what we're talking about is doing all of that for you without any of those things, and actually getting it done for $347 a month with interaction and getting your appointments booked. So our primary goal as we work for a client with this is to book meetings for you. So if you're somebody who needs meetings booked, you're going to love this, because It's a done for you service. So what do we do to make the magic happen? Well, these beautiful ladies here have been trained in what to do. And we've been training them they've been doing it on their own accounts. They've been doing it on our accounts. They've been doing it for some of our clients' accounts at CIBN and some of the affiliates' accounts, and testing it out and making sure that it works. And one of the reasons we knew it would work was because I personally have used this type of thing just through copying and pasting and talking to people for the last decade. And I have personally brought in about $150,000 a year for CIBN just using these methods. So now, first of all, I want to just differentiate a couple of things here, because we've all gotten the spam stuff on LinkedIn. And I want to just make sure that everyone realizes that that's not what we're talking about. Okay, let's just talk about that for a second. What kind of crap shows up in your inbox on LinkedIn, ladies?
Oh my gosh. You need my stuff right now. Can you go in your day without this piece of stuff? And it's like, oh, it's like, well, wait a minute. Do I?
Right? And what else shows up in your inbox? Buy now, buy now, buy now, after not even having a conversation with me. I feel like I'm being violated sometimes. It's like they're
Right?
trying to
Like,
get
who
into
is
my
this
business.
person?
I haven't even talked to them before. I'm like, what is all that about? This thing just shows up, or they link to us. They say, hey, I want to connect with you. And I'm like, oh, good. Somebody wants to make a connection. Click. And the next thing I know, bleh, all over me.
Yeah.
I think, and those are the people that we really want to be able to help. Like we see that their LinkedIn page isn't, like they have the banner at the top that isn't filled, or they don't have a clear profile, and the information that they have doesn't even really say what kind of, it says the name of their business, but it doesn't say what kind of business that they're doing. So that's one of the things that we do the first month that we, that's offered is we're able to help you have your LinkedIn filled out properly, because if it's not filled out professionally, you are leaving a ton of money on the table that could be
Yeah.
in your pocket.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, Darlene. And Darlene is the point person on this that you want to book an appointment with. And I'm putting her email down below here. So, the first thing that we're going to do when we're talking to customers, number one, before we do anything, is fix that ugly profile you got going on. Okay. I know there's some of you think, well, I think my profile looks pretty good. But you've done stuff like not even made your contact information available or visible. And you want to make that so visible that people don't even have to look you up as a contact to get it. Okay. It's got to be so easy to get, because sometimes when somebody is thinking about using your service, they'll Google your name and they don't even go to your LinkedIn account. They just Googled your name. And if the phone number and email address is not actually in the description, they're not seeing that when they Google your name. They have to actually go right into their LinkedIn account if they have one. And if they don't have one, then they don't ever get to reach out to you. They'll find your competitor based off of your description. They'll go find someone else who does it because you made it hard for them to find you. So you don't want that. So first thing we're going to do is actually pimp out that LinkedIn profile. We're going to make it hot, spanking hot, make it good, make it so that people will actually respond when you start talking to them in a non-spammy way. Okay. And that's the first thing, so that when they go look at you, they're going to go, oh, this person looks like they know what they're doing. And the profile should actually align with whatever you're asking about or talking about. And that's another thing I see. And I know you've seen it too, Darlene. Somebody pitches you on something. They haven't even talked to you. Okay. We're not doing that. That's ugly. Okay. But let's say that, they start talking to you, and then you go look at the profile, and just like you said, details are missing. It doesn't even add up to what they just said. And they're obviously using some kind of automation. And sometimes it says, like, I love these ones. It says, hi, Kerry. So it's got my name in there. So their automation has got my name. And it says, I see that you're a business coach and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm not even a business coach. What the heck?
There's no personal information at all. So
Or
they
it's
clearly
wrong.
didn't even look at my, at my link.
Yeah,
So
right. Their automation tool, they'll set up a search on Sales Navigator to pull all of the whatever, business coaches, accountants, or whatever. And if I've used that word in my profile, even as an explanation of a customer that I serve, it will all of a sudden lump me into that pile and send out an automation to all of us. And we all get irritated by that, right? Don't you get irritated when you're on LinkedIn and somebody sends you a message and it's clearly not for you,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is not that.
I just saw a posting a couple of days ago saying they wish they had the choice, to choose whether or not they have to accept spammy messages. But they just keep
Right.
coming.
Yeah. So you know what? I want to just address. So what would we actually say? Our first thing that we would say for new connections, first of all, we would actually create a quality message that we use a semi-automation tool, not an automated tool, because LinkedIn hates automated tools, and actually they'll freeze your account for using them. So we have a special little tool it works with LinkedIn very, very well, and we can actually do the maximum of 50 connections a week, nice and easy, without getting your account frozen. So we're very, very careful about that. And the message that we send out for connection is just a nice, easy message like, hey, I like to connect with new people on LinkedIn, and I just wanted to reach out to you, and make a connection. Something very simple that people commonly say yes to. And it might be a little bit more worded to your personality, but that's how we start. Then when they come back and they have connected, then we can have a message that goes to them. But we also can create specific messaging to get conversations going where we just copy and paste, and our team does this. Now, this is really important because the specific messaging is asking questions. Okay, it's not, here's my event, come here and click the link. Okay, you all get that in your inbox. How many of those do you click? 0. And I can tell you actually exactly what the stats are, because we run 500 events a year from CIBN, and we use this all the time for more than a decade. I can actually tell you that 1 out of 100 people click that link when it's done that way. And that sucks. It's a horrible use of your time. You should never do it. It's spammy. It's disgusting. It wrecked 99 relationships out of the 100. So don't do it. It's ugly. Instead, what we do is we ask questions. We say, hey, we have this event going on, and these are the events. These are the benefits of attending it. Would you like to come? And we engage in conversation, and would you like the link? Would you like to come? Or I just need your email address to register you. When we use these types of statements instead of here's my link, come to my thing, the return rate is between 25 to 35% success in 24 hours for every person we talk to. So the way things are worded is actually critically important. And with each client, we're very, very careful that not only do we word it exactly the way to get an appointment for you, we also try to develop our nuances to be like you. So as we're talking, they think they're talking to you. And we have answers set up where we've actually talked to you about what your service is. So when specific questions are asked, we would copy and paste the answer that you would normally say. But our primary goal is actually not to answer a bunch of their questions. It's to develop curiosity and interest to get the appointment booked, so that when they meet you, you can now answer all their questions. In fact, many questions they come back with, our people are going to say, that's a great question. We should get together to talk about that. Here's my calendar link. Let's do it now. Okay. And that way they're actually going directly to booking the appointment, and you get to be in front of the customer. So we pre-qualify them. We figure out if they are the right kind of candidate, and then we ask for the booking and we book them. Nice and easy peasy.
And we book them directly to your calendar, not our calendar, to your calendar. And basically we've gotten rid of the tire kickers.
It's brilliant. So On average, we can get you 10 to 20 appointments a month. It's $347 a month. You get a $500 LinkedIn audit and your profile done for you. It's worth that right off the bat, first month. And we just set it up for success for you. We have an interview with you as well and do a strategy session and make sure that we are saying things exactly the right way. And we have a follow-up meeting once a month to make sure that you're getting the results that you want. We expect for the average client to book 10 to 20 appointments a month using this. And we're able to do this very professionally and have a great job done. I also would like to mention, you see these gals here? They speak English really well.
Well, usually it depends how many margaritas I've had. No.
And we don't drink margaritas on the day that we're in your calendar. Let's be clear.
Yes, be clear.
But we do have fun.
And I am going to say one thing. So most people who know me know that I'm up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you are not in North America, you are around the world, I'm still going to be able to communicate with your people, no matter where in the world you are booking from, because that's just happens to be who I am. I'm that person that's the late night person, or is it early morning person? Haven't decided yet.
So yeah, we're operating at all hours. That's something else is the gals are in your account 2 or 3 times a day. They usually do a little bit of sending first thing in the morning. They check on it in the afternoon, and usually around the end of the day, they have a quick peek us back. Just making sure that somebody hasn't answered you that you might have missed. Bringing anything to your personal attention that you might need to know if there is somebody that's trying to communicate with you or is asking something specific that is beyond our scope of what we deal with. We bring it to your attention, and we just keep the clients coming in. Our goal is just to keep booking like a chicken. So that you have the appointments that you need. And this is just one of the cool services that we have at CIBN. It's so much more than just networking. I just was thinking, somebody just put this here. It says, I enjoyed the top 10 tips for the LinkedIn video on YouTube. Lots of ways to improve your profile. Thank you for mentioning that. We have many videos available on our YouTube channel, which is at CIBN Connect. CIBN TV on YouTube. And so I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And this is kind of an extension of that. I mean, we can send anybody to YouTube and say, here's how to do your profile. And you can go do it. You can book an appointment with yourself and you can follow the instructions. The video is up there on our YouTube channel at CIBN TV. But when we're doing it as a service, one of our trained professionals who has a great LinkedIn account, okay, that's the first thing you should look at when somebody calls themselves a professional. We'll walk you through the steps. Yeah. I mention that because I meet people who are marketing experts, and I go and I actually look at their profiles before I even consider talking to them. I go look at them and I see what is their numbers. And I'm like, they have 59 followers on LinkedIn. Get out of town. Okay. That is not a professional in marketing. I don't know what that is, but that is a scam artist. Okay. So, and another thing, I go look at their professional photos and their things like that. And, you know, if you look at mine, go look at mine. I dare you. Okay. When you look at mine, like it should look like I actually know what I'm talking about here. Okay. So you can go look me up, Kerry George on LinkedIn. Okay, when you look at my profile, you should have some idea how I'm able to draw in $150,000 a year through LinkedIn, okay? Because my profile looks like I know what I'm talking about. And the details that are needed on my profile are right up top. You can see who I am. You can get together with me. You can send me a message right away. And I look like somebody who knows what they're talking about. And the same is true with Paige and Darlene. We work on our own profiles. And when we're trying to show you what to do, it's because we've done it and we know that it works.
I was just thinking of your book like a chicken. we're going to help you find your golden egg.
Ooh, I like it.
Mm.
Finding your golden eggs. Book like a chicken. That's so true. Because for many people, that one appointment, just having more appointments on the calendar is a game changer. Just think about it. Go through your calendar last month. How many appointments did you have? Many people who are struggling income-wise are thinking, well, I just didn't have enough. I had like 10 appointments. I had 3 appointments. I had 8 appointments. I had 14 appointments. What if you just doubled that number? What did you make last month? Simply doubling the amount of appointments can double the revenue you got coming in. So, instead of paying $80 for LinkedIn Premium and another $80 for Sales Navigator and another $500 for a virtual assistant that doesn't speak English, why don't we instead spend $347, have it done for us, get the calendar booked up, and of course you continue to do the things that brought you the previous appointments, but this will now add to those appointments, and as a result, you're going to get more business because you've been in front of more clients that have been pre-qualified for you.
Mm-hmm. And I also would like to add about the follow-up too. While you're looking in your calendar and seeing how many times you had appointments, also check and see how many people in your calendar or on your list of things to do or your daytime. How many of those people are you were going to follow up with? You went to a network meeting. Oh, great! I'm going to contact so and so, and you never did. You can just give us the names and the contact, and we'll contact them for you.
And book them up. Book. So I was at this networking meeting and I saved the chat. Here's 30 people on here. That's something we could do, actually. We could easily just go link to those 30 people, send them a message and say, hey, you were at the networking meeting and we'd like to book a one-on-one with you.
Exactly.
So that is another simple task that could be done by this service in the same $350 a month. That's pretty awesome.
Brilliant.
Let's get some appointments. Yay!
Yeah, let's
do
this for you. Like we all say, it's a done for you service.
Yeah, and just think of your own. If you're one of those business types that Kerry mentioned, an insurance person, whatever you are, what is your time worth? Is it worth handing over this administrative piece to somebody else where your time can be better spent doing something else? Because in today's world, things are going so quickly that before you know, at the end of the day, and you're like, what have I done? This way, this task is going to be handled professionally, intelligently, and more importantly, with grace and ease and simplicity. And you can just start looking at your LinkedIn going, wow,
And
these people are actually responding. What?
Yeah. We're also continuously working on the connections and increasing them. And that is so important. And I didn't really talk about that, but a lot of people wonder why their online marketing doesn't work and why they're, they hired somebody to do social media who made them all this pretty stuff. It's because you don't have enough connections. Hello? You can't, it doesn't matter how pretty your stuff is. If you shout your message into an empty room, no one's getting it. So if you actually have thousands of connections, this will change. And having somebody consistently working on that and raising the number of that is not only filling your appointment calendar for today, it's actually raising the value of every marketing piece that you ever create from now and forever, because somebody will receive it when you actually put it out there. Yeah. So it's a game changer, really. It's one of those things that really bothers me in social media marketing is that people are not paying attention to raising the number of connections for their contact or for their clients. And that just means that you have to buy ads forever if they don't do that. So if you don't like buying ads and you think it sucks and you don't like playing the algorithm games, okay, this is a much easier way to get business. And we're going to get it done for you. So that's all we got to say today. Thanks for joining us. And if you have any questions, you want to book a tour of how this works and see the tool in action, then Darlene at CIBNconnect.com is who you want to talk to. She'll walk you through it, answer your questions. And if you want to get started with us, the first thing we're going to do is get that LinkedIn profile smoking hot, fix all the little cracks so that you get some business coming in. And then we're going to start booking like a chicken.
And I do have to say the bonus is that this is a month-to-month service as well.
Yes, it is. You can leave anytime you want. It's on a subscription. Now, I would recommend that you give it at least 3 to 6 months, though, because like all marketing, it does take a little time to kick in, but this should be pretty good. I mean, if we can get you 10 appointments booked your first month, as long as you're not a lousy salesperson, this should work out pretty good.
Yeah, and I have to say,
if you are, maybe we can help you with that.
Yeah, like if we find that the calls are going to you and then things fall off the rails, we're here to help you. We're here to say, okay, we sent 10 people, but you didn't get any booked. We're wondering, where the
you didn't get any sales.
was.
So yeah, so then we can actually look at your sales process and assist with that as well, because we do have the knowledge for that. We have a lot of knowledge at CIBN Connect. We can get you fixed.
And
That's an understatement.
Yeah, and we love what we do. I mean, that's the, we're here to serve you.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Happy capitalism.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
West Week.